everybody, welcome back. This is a special video because it is the 1-year anniversary since I made my channel. Unfortunately, I couldn't do anything big or special this year because we had 2 exams this past week, or rather we had 1 yesterday and we're gonna have another one tomorrow in oral pathology. And unfortunately, just time didn't work out. But with that said, I still want to do something special for you all. So I sat down with 2 of my classmates yesterday, Selena and Brian, and went through some interview questions with them. I want to sincerely thank both of them for taking time out of their busy study schedules in order to make this video for us. And I also want to thank all of you for all the support that you've given me this past year. We went through a lot together, rebrand and a lot of emails about what we can do differently in order to get into dental school. And I'd like to continue doing that in this next year, or hopefully also in the distant future. And I also like to continue making these videos that highlight my classmates. So without further ado, thank you all, thank you classmates, and here's the video. Hi, my name is Michael Yu. I'm a second-year dental student, and I'm joined here today by 2 of my classmates. If you guys can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm also a second-year dental student at Western U.
Hi, I'm Selena. Samesies.
And where did you guys go to college?
So for undergraduate, I went to UC San Diego. Graduated in 2015.
I graduated from UC Irvine, also 2015.
Yeah. And today we're going to be eating Chipotle. This is part of a fundraiser for the American, what is it? American Academy of Women Dentists.
Yes.
AAWD. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so this food is going to a good cause, or buying this food is going to a good cause, and it's paid for by Smiles for You. So on the side, I've been doing a lot of a lot of like personal statement edits, along with promoting my website, so I'm getting money through there, and then allows us to do things like this. So this is the first time we get to do something like that. So Selena actually bought me my food, so I'll be reimbursing her later. Yay! Yeah. So we picked a random school here in California, and we're going to be going through some of their questions since it is interview season, and kind of giving you guys our best answer for it. Going through, I don't see any ones that stick out. Oh, hey, here's a good one. Okay, so why you? That's a hard question, but it's a good one. If you walked into an interview and someone asked you, why you? How would you answer that?
Why me?
Why you?
Why me?
Yeah.
Your school?
Yeah. Obviously, they would have sat you down already, and
Yeah.
they would have been like, all right, tell me about yourself. You've been like, oh, I love dentistry.
It's a really broad and big question, but essentially it's almost kind of asking like, what are your strengths and why do you want to choose dentistry? And pretty much you have to fit yourself to the school's vision or image.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cater to them.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
I mean, for specifically Western, their mission is more community outreach, and so that's something that I'm passionate about, and I'm passionate about dentistry, so I would definitely incorporate those into my answer. But yeah, I think this question is kind of geared towards how do you fit in our school?
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
So even though it's really vague and it seems a bit intimidating at first, it gives you a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
You can play it almost any way.
Right.
Your approach is you can have so many different approaches. It just depends on what you want to say.
Yeah, definitely.
But just always ending off with a positive note. I think that's the most important thing. You create a frame, an environment to make it positive, and you're just trying to make you sound good.
So, what's one way to a bad way to answer this question?
A bad way to answer the question?
I think a bad way would be you don't want to brag about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of usually when you brag about yourself, it's kind of a turn off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find out you have to find a way to list your accomplishment, make you sound good, but then at the same time be humble.
Humble bragging.
Yeah.
Humble bragging.
So you have to find a good balance.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Because you do want to definitely talk about yourself,
Yeah.
but there's a fine line between you bragging about yourself and kind of giving yourself the, you know, kind of the upper hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also don't be like, I would try to be like specific and like give kind of a detailed response as opposed to like being vague. Because yeah, this, I feel like answering this question gives you an opportunity to like show the good things about yourself if you didn't already.
Yeah. Pretty much like show like all the good things about you, but the main thing is the details, because that's the thing, or those are the things that make yourself unique. So you should touch into that. Yeah. I think for almost any question, when you answer it, make sure you add details. The more detail, the better.
Yeah. Because that actually brings up a good point. One of the biggest mistakes I hear that all of us make when going into interviews is not answering the question. Kind of doing this roundabout way of answering the question, and you end up at the end of your 20 minutes not answering the question, which is so definitely a good point there. Like, and you brought it up to Selena earlier. I want to be very specific and also, you know, make sure you answer the question. Really.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I do want to add, like, at least for Western, if you haven't told them yet, kind of, I feel like the main 3 questions that they always ask is, tell me about yourself, why dentistry, and why Western. So I feel like that's if you want to practice for your interviews, if you get into Western, like, those are good to add onto your list.
Those 3 main.
Yeah. Right? But then they can also apply to any other school too.
Oh, right.
Do you guys ever get asked this? Do you want to specialize? I don't remember getting asked that.
No, but I heard mixed things about the question though, specializing. Like, it is good to have an idea if you want to specialize, but then also consider that when you go through dental school, the first thing you're learning is to be a general dentist. So that if you have a fixated mindset, sometimes it's kind of like a bad thing. So it kind of depends too on the school and who's interviewing you. But if you come in with a fixed mindset that like, oh, I want to specialize in this field, then you're not so open to like learning a lot of different things. Because then when you go through dental school, you're gonna learn about everything, floss, endo, perio, all that stuff. So I think having an open-minded, like having interest in a certain specialty is fine. But then don't be too fixated on specializing. For sure, specializing. Because there's so many different.
Mention that you're open-minded.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that could kind of narrow your prospects in a sense.
Yeah.
Like if you just keep talking about ortho and nothing about ortho, the faculty interviewing you, it's going to be like, oh, this guy wants to do nothing but ortho.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to teach this person. Yeah. Anything to add, Selena? No?
Cheese.
Yeah. What is the sauce?
Queso.
It's queso cheese.
Is it new?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
It's been around, but we've never tried it.
Yeah. We don't have Chipotle up in Alaska, so first time I ever tried it was in Seattle.
And
I still have that receipt because it was so good. Chipotle was so good. I was like, I gotta save this. They'll ask, you have 15 exams in 5 days. Do you think you'll be able to handle that? You know, and that's very much a time management type of question.
It's time management, and it's also a like your mentality. I think like throughout dental school, throughout the dental career, you're gonna have so many obstacles. You always have to have a like you can do it mentality. Because if you come in and you think that you won't be able to do it, if you start thinking that you'll fail, then most likely you'll just fail.
Right. Right. It's all about the mentality too, right?
It's all just mentality, thinking you can do it, and you just gotta push through it, one exam at a time.
But I don't think we have anything like 15 exams in 5 days at our school.
no.
I don't know if other
No.
schools have that. Like I hear maybe 15 exams in like 2 weeks, but
Not
I don't know. That's like pushing it.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of some schools doing that.
Yeah, but not this much.
Not 15 exams. Yeah, maybe that was just a way for the interviewer to just kind of get the student off guard.
Yeah.
Another scenario I've heard happening in dental school interviews is the interviewer will come into the door, pick up a table or pick up a chair and just like slam it up against the wall just to see how you react.
That's very intimidating.
Right?
Wait, like this actually happened?
This actually happened. I know who, like, weird things happen in interviews though. Like,
Not that weird.
one of our classmates, has he told you? One of our classmates had to sing during his interview. Yeah. He's told you, right? Yeah. Is there like, what do you like to do on your free time? He's like, I like to go karaoke. I like to sing. And they're like, really? Are you a good singer? Sing for us. Granted, I think the student that was interviewing him also kind of knew him from undergrad. So he was just trying to put him on the spot. But yeah, he sang during his interview, and you know, thankfully he's one of the better singers. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Here's one question that always comes up, and students have a hard time with it. Which schools did you get into, or what other schools did you interview at? Yeah.
I think for this one, it is hard, but you have to be truthful because the schools, they communicate with each other.
Yeah. They know.
They know each other, so it's like they're just trying to see, like, you know, can you be truthful? And I think it's nothing wrong with saying like, yeah, I did interview at this other school, that other school, because most likely they do know. And if they really wanted to, they could search it up. So by not telling the truth, it's a bad way to start off, because automatically your integrity goes down.
It's kind of like an ethics question in disguise. Yeah.
And I really think there's nothing wrong with saying like, you know, I have interviewed coming up with this and this. I've interviewed with this school already.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I have an interview with Loma Linda coming up, but I really love Western.
Yeah.
I really love how these study rooms have big TVs in, right? That definitely goes hand in hand with an ethics question that comes up frequently. Is like, you see your classmate cheating. What do you do? Right? And it's always, I'd go to the administrators, right? And you know, although you might not want to like do that to your friend, that's the right answer to say, and the right thing to do. But in this moment too, which school did you get into, or which school are you interviewing at? This is the right thing to say. You always want to say the right thing, right? Yeah.
The cheating question, I would just like to add that, you know, I would go to the friend first, pull the friend aside, you know, talk on one-on-one about the issue, and, you know, hopefully that classmate will come to realize what they've done, and they can go, you know, as opposed to like us kind of like
going behind their back.
Yeah.
Give them the option to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that. You know, I am running out of battery, and I said that I would keep this under 30 minutes. So, do you guys have anything to add? Do you guys have any like advice for interviewees or anything like that?
Advice for interview. I think the most important thing, because I've done a couple of mock interviews, with every question, details is probably the most important thing. Positive note after each question. Sometimes they could, it's just, detail and making sure it's positive. Try to like manipulate, change, you know, make your reform your answer to give it a positive note. And it was something positive, because that's what the interviewer will remember. Something positive. You don't want to be associated with something negative.
You don't want to end the conversation on negative.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously, don't be nervous. I know that's like what everyone says, but it sometimes like will translate through your body language, and so I think, you know, interviewers can see that. So just like do the best you can to relax and you know, talk to them like they'd be your future faculty, so like be professional, but also be like comfortable if you can.
Well, I mean, like, on that note, like, you are there to just make sure, like, prove to the school that they want you, you know, and they already want you enough from your application.
Yep.
Just be relaxed and be yourself. Like, I can't say it any better.
One more thing.
Yeah.
If there's something that you can bring, something that can help you stand out, I think that can like make you a little bit more memorable. So for me, I brought in my like art portfolio because I like to draw and paint. And then, so I just kind of showed them real quickly at the end of our session, and they seemed to like, you know, be impressed by it and stuff. And so I think that gave me some good thumbs up points. And then also at Western, at like pre-dental days when I was at pre-dental, we did like wax ups. And so I brought that to the interview as well, just to kind of be like, hey, I was here.
Yep.
I really want to go here. And I think it was pretty good, so I hope you do too. And yeah.
Which was amazing because you did the pre-dental day as a pre-dental and you volunteered last year as a student.
Did.
It's great.
It's a whole cycle.
Yeah, it's a whole cycle. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me and answering these questions. I know it's going to help a lot of pre-dental students. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. And yeah, signing off.